What if the NHL expanded to 33 teams? That is right, boys. I'm going to be doing an expansion GM mode here in NHL 24. I expanded the NHL to 33 teams. The Nebraska Wieners are the 33rd team in the NHL. Currently, we are going to go through, do the expansion draft, select players from pretty much every single NHL franchise, build a dynasty in my hometown of Nebraska, hopefully have more success than we did in Utah, only win one Stanley Cup in 10 years. So let's go ahead, let's get straight into it, head straight into the expansion draft and see who we will be selecting from every single team in the NHL. We are allowed one player to choose from the unprotected players that they did not protect. All right, so GM Pasta, first day on the job, and I am allowed to select one player from every single NHL franchise to help build the Nebraska Wieners here in Nebraska. Obviously, I replaced the Coyotes with Utah, and I left the Icemen there. So we could have a rivalry with them. I mean, they are in the Western Conference and we're in the East, so it's a little bit different. But try to go all in, win as many games as we can, selecting the best players possible. Or do we select the younger players that do have potential? So by year 3 or 4, we're an absolute juggernaut. I think I'm going to go with the latter, considering the fact that we did that with Utah and we started out very good. I want to collect as many young players as possible on cheap deals that can grow to a high overall, ship them off when they ask for too many dollars. Let's see, who are we going to select from the Anaheim Ducks? Now, they do have Jacob Silverberg. He's 32 years old, a little too old. A guy like Max Jones could be a great guy to pick up. We are going to go ahead and select Lucas Dostal from the Anaheim Ducks. He's a 79, medium starter potential, 22 years old, and 2 years left on his deal. Perfect. Here we go to Boston. So for Boston, it's between two players, between Swayman, who I honestly could always just trade for. He's 87 overall, 24 years old. And Morgan Geekie, who's an 80 overall, also 24. He's making $2 million and 2 years left on his deal. So I am going to be selecting him from Boston. Moving on to the Buffalo Sabres. So from the Buffalo Sabres, I will select Matthias Samuelsson, 82 overall, 23 years old, and he's got 7 years left on his deal. I think the easy selection from the Calgary Flames is Dustin Wolf, 82 overall, 22 years of age, 1 year left on his deal. High elite potential. This is our starter of the future here in Nebraska. That was an easy pick, honestly. Here for the Carolina Hurricanes, we are going to select the hometown boy in Jake Gensel, 88 overall, 28 years of age. Does need to be re-signed in the offseason, but that is okay. Now from the Chicago Blackhawks, we will take Taylor Radish, 81 overall, 25 years old. So the only guy that I'm really interested in here in Colorado is Yakov Trendon. He's 82 overall, 26 years old. We will select him, and then we move to the Columbus Blue Jackets. I think we're going to go with Jake Bean, 81 overall, 25 years of age. I think we're going to have to go with either, Matt Duchene's an 86 overall. At 32, we could also move him if we wanted to at the trade deadline. We do need some experience in our locker room, so I'm going to take Matt Duchene, 86 overall from the Dallas Stars. Now we move to the Detroit Red Wings, who... outside of Gossespear, Daniel Sprong could be a guy we go after. He's only 26 years old. Any goalie prospects? They do not have any. I think since we are going to tank in the first season, I'll go after Daniel Sprong, 26 years old, 1 year left on his deal at an 82. Now, from the Edmonton Oilers, Matthias Ekholm, too old. Cody Ceci, still too old. They don't really have a lot of young players. We could select Warren Fogle, 27 years old, 80 overall. That's probably the only guy that I would be okay with taking. If we take a look at goalies, I'm not taking Jack Campbell. So we will go with Warren Fogle, boys, 80 overall, 27 years old. Now for Florida, it is between two players. Vladdy Tarasenko, a guy who we'd probably move at the deadline, honestly, 87 overall, 31 years old. Or Spencer Knight, we let him and Dustin Wolf battle for the starter of the future. He's got 3 years left on his deal, so he's got some term. Honestly, I think we go after Spencer Knight if I'm being real. From the LA Kings, I'm going to take Mikey Anderson, 83 overall, 24 years old, and he has a lot of term left on his contract, so we got him locked up for a while. From Minnesota, we are going to be taking Ryan Hartman, 82 overall, 1 year left on his deal at 28 years of age. Then we move on to Les Montreal des Canadiens. I will go with the young guy here, Raphael Harvey Pinard, 79 overall, 24 years old, medium top 9 potential. Doesn't make a lot of money either. Now from the Nashville Predators, I will select Jeremy Lauzon, 82 overall, 26 years old. We move on to the Devils now. Now from New Jersey, to not have any controversy from either the comments or literally anybody. This guy, I'm not going to name him, but he's a pretty decent player at 25 years old, has 1 year left on his deal. Instead, I'm going to go after Cal Foote. 1 year younger, 1 year left on his deal, makes less money, and he's only 1 overall less than him. Moving on to the Islanders now. We are going absolutely defense heavy. Alexander Romanov, 82 overall, 23 years old, 2.5 mil contract. Now we got to work on grabbing some forwards. A lot of defensemen, like Keandre Miller is another guy I want to grab from the Rangers. Like, they don't have anybody else that really interests me. Philip Hurdle, no thank you. Roslovic, too old. And in goal, they obviously protected Igor Shesterkin, so we will take Keandre Miller. Now, again, to save some controversy, I will not be selecting Alex Formington. Instead, Igor Sokolov, 79 overall, 23 years of age. Welcome to the team. Now, we're going to be pretty bad in year number 1, but I want to build towards the future. Now, who I'm going to take from Philly is going to be Owen Tippett, 82 overall, 24 years of age. And now we move to the Pittsburgh Penguins. From Pittsburgh, I'm going to go with Lars Zeller. He's on the bit of the older side, but we can always move him, and he's only making 2.4 mil. 81 overall. Welcome to Nebraska. Now San Jose. Now from the San Jose Sharks, I'm going to go with Oscar Lindbaum. 86 over 80 overall. 26 years old, making 2.5 mil for 1 more year. So heading into the year 1 offseason, we are going to have a lot of cap space available to us. So from Seattle, I'm going to have to go after Kyler Yamamoto, a former Edmonton Oiler, 80 overall, 24 years of age, another contract that is up in the offseason. Basically, all our contracts are 1-year deals. From the St. Louis Blues, I'm going to take Jacob Vrana, 27 years old, 83 overall, 1 year left on his deal. Also, everybody available basically has only a year left. From the Tampa Bay Lightning, we will be selecting an 84 overall Eric Chernak. He signed for a long time, so we will not have to worry about a contract extension for him. Now, from the Toronto Maple Frauds, we're going to take Max Domi, 82 overall, 28 years of age. He makes a lot less money than Tyler Bertuzzi, so I went from him. And now from the Utah Icemen, who are previously the Arizona Coyotes, I think from the Utah Icemen, I'm going to take John Leonard, 78 overall, 24 years of age. Now we go on to Vancouver. We're almost done with the expansion draft. Nikita Zadorov, that could be a defenseman we go after, but we already have like 8 defense. So I did leave Vancouver for a second. I wanted to go to Vegas. I think I'm going to take Chandler Stevenson, 29 years old, 1 year left on his deal, at an 85 overall. I will definitely come back to Vancouver, but I'm going to finish the rest here. We got Washington and Winnipeg. I guess we're going to have to take TJ Oshie from the Washington Capitals. He's got 2 years left, but he's most likely probably going to retire. 81 overall. We have a ton of cap space available. Actually, you may not pick this forward, as I would have too many goalie/defender slots. Okay, so I can pick more D-man? All right, the Vancouver Canucks, that is Nikita Zadorov. Welcome to Nebraska Wieners, brother. And from the Washington Capitals, I will take TJ Oshie, and I can't, as I have... Okay, all right. I'm 9 out of 9 for defense and 3 out of 3 for goalie. What is going on, EA Sports? Washington, I'm going to take... I think I'll go with Trevor Van Riemsdyk, 31-year-old at 81 overall. I guess I will welcome you to the team. And finally, for our last pick, can we please take Toffoli? I would love to get Toffoli. He's only 31 years old. Actually, a guy like Sean Monahan. We need a centerman. I think I'm going to take Monahan. Let's take a look at the goalies. Brossoit, no thank you. Yeah, I'm going after Sean Monahan, 83 overall, 28 years of age. And I cannot do it. I guess I got to take a defender or a goalie, even though I filled them out. So we will take Laurent Brossoit and play him in the AHL. And there we go. We have selected one player from every single franchise in the NHL for the first ever season of the Nebraska Wieners. Welcome to our team. Every single selection that I took in the expansion draft, here are your year number 1 Nebraska Wieners. So the Nebraska Wieners are going to select first overall in the NHL entry draft. Obviously, these picks are going to be different players. Let's see who is available to us. A lot of medium elite potential guys. Who do we go with, chat? There's 2 different options that we can take here in the NHL draft. Dmitry Kolstov, he's medium elite potential. He's got A+ shooting. He's a sniper. NHL ready. Joe Nieuwendyk is a similar style. Or we go with the American Jordan Lyon, also a sniper. He's NHL ready and a similar style as Teemu Selanne. You know what? For the first pick in Nebraska Wieners history and the first pick in the NHL entry draft, we are going to take Jordan Lyon, first overall. Welcome to the Nebraska Wieners. 81 overall already. Okay. He's going to play in the show right away. Now, because a lot of these guys are not going to be NHL ready for like 3, 4, maybe even 5 years, I think we got to go with a goalie that we scouted here. He's NHL ready in 1 year. He's got no similar style. A+, A+, A-. We will take him from the WHL. And he's a 75 overall hybrid with high starter potential. So there is the selections for the first ever Nebraska Wiener draft here in the NHL. Obviously, Lyon is our winger of the future, maybe a future captain of our team also. Luckily, Dustin Wolf decided to re-sign with our team. We got Jake Gensel back as well. Chandler Stevenson has re-signed as well. And I think I qualified everybody else as an RFA. Hold up a minute here, chat. Warren Fogle decided to re-sign. We got Vrana back as well. Max Domi re-signed. Nikita Zadorov also re-signed to the team. And Jordan Lyon, our future stud of the future. It's an honor to join your team. Welcome in, brother. And in free agency, the only guy that we went after was Ryan Lindgren, a $5.5 million deal for 5 years. He's only 25 years old. He could grow to like an 84, 85 possibly. So here is the first look at the Nebraska Wieners in season number 1. We have Jake Gensel, Max Domi, and Jacob Vrana on that first line. They actually have a +5, which is great. We also have Lyon, Stevenson, and Sprong. Yakov Trenin is there, along with Lars Eller and Ryan Hartman. Where is our Lyon? Up here, Jordan Lyon, the stud of the future. He will play second line minutes until he gets a little bit better. Honestly, this forward core is not bad, Chad. I'm not going to lie. It's not great. We don't have any like top-end talent, but everybody's above an 80 overall. And now defensively, we have Keandre Miller and Eric Chernak, also Lazan and Mikey Anderson, Nikita Zadorov, and Trevor Van Riemsdyk. And in goal, we have 2 young studs of the future, 84 Spencer Knight and 82 Dustin Wolf. Hopefully, they will split the games. They both have high elite potential. So whoever grows to a higher overall will be our start of the future, and we can probably trade the backup, honestly. So the first guy I'm going after is Wyatt Johnston. We can play him like top 6 minutes, most likely, on our team, so he can grow. For Sokolov, a second, sixth, and a third. And the Dallas Stars have accepted my offer. We went with him in Utah. It didn't work out, but hopefully it will here in Nebraska. All right, so we're going to be giving Kyler Yamamoto a 5th, a 4th, and a 7th for Rutger McGroarty from the Winnipeg Jets. He's got 3 years left on his deal, high top 6 potential. I have retained salary, but Yamamoto's deal is done in the offseason, so that's not going to matter. Let's see if the Winnipeg Jets will go through, and the trade has been accepted. The next guy I'm going to target is Olin Zellweger. Surprisingly low trade value at medium top 4 potential for a 2nd, 6th, and a 7th. And the trade has been accepted by Anaheim even. So we are going to be trading Chandler Stevenson as we have a 15, 19, and 5 record. I want to be dead last in the NHL in year number 1 for Savoie, Clifton, and Armia just for cap space reasons. Savoie is in the CHL at the moment. We're going to give up a 2nd, 3rd, and another 2nd. Trade has been rejected. I question whether you even looked at our trade block. Okay. Instead, we're going to move off Jake Gensel, who's making our team a little too good, for Lucas Raymond. Let's see, 1-for-1. Will the Red Wings do it? And the trade has been accepted. We didn't have to give up any picks. Is that a W or L trade? What do you guys think, chat? Now, instead of going after Casper, I'm going to give up Chandler Stevenson for Seth Jarvis straight up. He signed for 5 years at $3.9 million, and I heard he grows to a pretty high overall. The Carolina Hurricanes have accepted my offer. So I am trying to get the first-round pick. San Jose has the worst record in the NHL. We're also going to take back Talbot and Zetterlund for Spencer Knight, a 2nd, and Zadorov. And the trade has been rejected. We might have to slot in a first-round pick to make this work. So here we go. Instead, we're going after San Jose's first-round pick for Talbot and Zadina. We also got Spencer Knight, a 2nd, Zadorov, and a 1st. And the trade is still rejected. Okay, we're going to have to sweeten the deal just a little bit. Maybe I'll add in another second-round pick. Will that make it work? And the trade has been accepted by the San Jose Sharks. Now, at the end of the season, we officially tanked. We got second last in our division, 33, 41, and 8, 74 points. If we take a look at the entire NHL, Tampa Bay was the best, winning 53 games. Buffalo somehow is always very good in these simulations. Toronto was up there, Chicago, Vancouver, and the Rangers. And at the bottom, the San Jose Sharks, 68 points. We have their first-round pick, and we also have our own first-round pick. Oh my God, Detroit! I literally traded you. Who did I trade for Lucas Raymond? I literally forget. But you guys were supposed to make the playoffs. You absolutely sold hard. Now, Lucas Raymond's going to lead our team. 72 points, 26 goals. Wyatt Johnston had a big season, so hopefully he can grow. Jordan Lyon, in his rookie year, 23 goals, 58 points, a -13. Not bad at all. Domi at 49, Vrana 46, Sprong 46, and Jarvis only 45. And for Dustin Wolf, he had a .912 save percentage in a losing record, and also 2 shutouts on the season. .301 GAA is kind of tough, but we were officially tanking, so what did I really expect, honestly? Now, for the entire NHL, David Pasternak's going to end up leading. No, he is not. Sure. Okay, we're going to ignore that. David Pasternak's going to lead everybody in scoring with 116 points, followed by Kucherov's 110, Matthews had 103, Pettersson had 103, and Steven Stamkos 101. And for goals in his rookie season, Shoresy's going to lead all skaters with 56 on the Calgary Flames. Obviously, they took a chance and drafted him, and he had an amazing rookie season. Matthews had 55, Pasta 55, Kucherov 45, your mom's a hoe 45, and Kachuk also had 45 himself. And in season number 1, Shoresy will lead the Flames to a Stanley Cup, beating Tampa Bay in 7 games in the finals. Shoresy's just an absolute unit of a player. I definitely have my eye on him in the offseason. Pasta's going to win the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy. Shoresy, the Maurice Richard, the Norris will go to Erik Karlsson. The Calder to Shoresy, and the Conn Smythe will go to Kadri. Igor Shesterkin, the Vezina, and the Selke will go to Alexander Barkov. Now, the New Jersey Devils luckily do want to give the first overall pick up. I'm going to give them our 3rd overall pick, another first and a 3rd. Let's see. And the trade has been accepted. Sweet. Now, the Halifax Mooseheads have a great prospect named Pekka Pasta. We know his history. There's honestly only one reason I would ever try to get the first overall pick, and that was for my man, Pekka Pasta, from the Halifax Mooseheads, and he's a 92 overall, franchise high potential to start off the sim. Absolutely insane. Cedric Apley, a defensive defenseman. He is ranked 5 overall. I mean, this guy's a 2A defenseman, but they are essentially the same exact player. So Cedric Apley, welcome to the Nebraska Wieners. 77 overall, defensive defenseman, medium elite potential. Now, heading into the offseason, we do have 30 mil in cap space. We do got to get a couple of guys signed here. A lot of them are RFAs, so we can't just qualify them, to be honest. In goal, we got to sign Pekka Pasta. He's going to be our starter next season over Dustin Wolf, who is still an RFA himself. So, Yakov Trenin decided to re-sign. We got Pekka Pasta signed. Cedric Apley signed. And luckily, Pavel Buchnevich was extremely happy to sign to our team for 4 years. I believe $8.1 million. He's a very good forward to have. And we also got back Daniel Sprong in free agency. He rejected my offer in the re-sign phase for some reason, but accepted less money in free agency. So now heading into the second season, our first line consists of Buchnevich, Max Domi, and Lucas Raymond, 89, 84, and 86. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to throw up Lyon on the first line. I think I'll throw him on his opposite wing, left wing. Buchnevich can play the second line with Hartman and Jarvis. We also have Sprong, Vrana, and Zadina, who now is up to an 84 overall. And somebody in the chat did not want me to trade for this guy. Absolutely crazy. Our fourth line's pretty good too. Now, defensively, we have Chernak and Miller, Romanov, Lindgren, and Trevor Van Riemsdyk, but I do want to start my young prospect. And, of course, in goal, we have a 92 overall Pekka Pasta, 18 years of age, and our backup is Dustin Wolf at 23 years old and 87 overall. Now, at the end of season number 2, we are going to end up finishing with a very mid record of 39, 38, and 5, 83 points. 5th in the Metro. We didn't make the playoffs, obviously. But, I mean, it was possible that we did make the playoffs if we won more games. 89 points got in, and we had 83. If we take a look at the entire NHL, the Oilers are the best team, 51, 27, and 4. Toronto was very good. Calgary was up there. They actually won the Stanley Cup last season. Vancouver had a very good season. Boston, Colorado. We were not down at the bottom. The Utah Icemen were absolutely horrible. Second worst team in the entire league. Lucas Raymond's going to end up leading our team. 77 points, also 24 goals. Lyon had 60 points and 27 goals. Wyatt Johnston had a big season. He only played 61 games, obviously because he was qualified for an RFA. Did he play in the AHL? He did not, so he just played no hockey at all. He would have crushed his career high of 62 points if he had played the full season. Pavel Buchnevich had 52. Jarvis only 46. He hasn't been simulating that well. Vrana had 38. Domi 34. And if we look at Pekka Pasta, 32, 29, and 3, 2 shutouts, and a .914 save percentage as a rookie. He was the main reason we were even close to being mid, honestly. If we had Dustin Wolf starting all the games, we probably would have been at the bottom. But Pekka Pasta is already one of the best goaltenders in the entire world at 19 years of age. Leon Draisaitl is going to lead the NHL in scoring with 112 points, followed by Matthews, who had 111, McDavid, 109, Pasta was up there, Kucherov, and Jake Gensel put up 101 points on the Detroit Red Wings. That was a very good trade for their team. For goals, Matthews will lead with 61, followed by Shorzy, who we did not get in the offseason. He had 58, Pasta had 54, Caulfield 51. And the Vancouver Canucks are going to go on and win the Stanley Cup, beating New Jersey in 7 games in the finals. Obviously, New Jersey had the #1 overall pick. They could have selected Pekka Pasta, but we traded for it. Austin Matthews is going to take home the Ted Lindsay, the Maurice Richard, and the Hart Trophy, while the Art Ross will go to Draisaitl, Cale Makar, the Norris. The Conn Smythe will go to Elias Pettersson. Joseph Wall is going to win the Vezina, as the Selke goes to Alexander Barkov yet again. So in the NHL draft, we are going to end up selecting 9th overall. The wieners are there. We're just going to sim up to our pick and see who is available. Utah has got the 3rd overall pick. Very interesting there. Now for our first pick here in the NHL entry draft, I'm going to go after James Haggins, another American player. He's a playmaker. He's got A's pretty much across the board, and I think he's NHL ready, even though it doesn't say. He is a playmaker, so he should be able to put up a lot of assists, especially because we have a sniper on our first line. Medium elite potential at 77 overall. Perfect. So luckily, we got back Romanov. He decided to resign. Keandre Miller is back as well. James Haggins, we have him signed. I don't know if he's going to start in the AHL or the NHL just quite yet, but we'll make that decision in the future for sure. And we also got back Dustin Wolf, who I am going to be looking to trade here in the offseason because Pekka Pasta is the starting goalie of the future. There's no need to have Dustin Wolf as an 88 overall backup. After going back and forth with the Ducks, I'm going to give up Dustin Wolf 2 firsts and a second for Mintyukov and Jonathan Quick, and the trade luckily has been accepted. And we got ourselves a stud of a defenseman for 6 years where we don't have to sign him, and he's not making a lot of money either. Oh, here we go. Heading into season number 3, we have Wyatt Johnston up to an 84 with Lucas Raymond at a 90 and Jordan Lyon, our sniper of the future. Hopefully 35 to 40 goals for this guy this season. On our second line, we have Jarvis, Domi, and Buchnevich, Vrana, Rutger McGroarty making his NHL debut alongside Sprong. And our fourth line's pretty solid as well. Now, defensively, Mintyukov and Chernak have a +5 on that first line. D pair Zellweger's up to an 80. Miller's an 85. Romanov's an 83. And I just absolutely messed it up. Thank you very much for the super chat, bro, that's coming through. Now, defensively, Mintyukov and Chernak, they have a +5. Zellweger's up to an 80. Miller's an 85. Romanov, 83. And Samuelson, 83. And if we took a look at goal, Pekka Pasta, 93 overall with an 80 overall. Jonathan Quick as our backup. And we should definitely be in the hunt for a playoff spot. Hopefully a wild card or a divisional spot. I mean, the Metro hasn't been great, but I am looking to make the playoffs this season. We don't have a lot of center depth. We definitely got to pick up a second-line center to improve our roster a little bit more. So at the end of the season, yet again, we are not going to make the playoffs. 6th in the Metro, 37, 37, and 8. We were like 34 and 24 at one point, only 82 points. So after the trade deadline, we definitely fell off a little bit. New Jersey damn near won 60 games. If we take a look at the entire NHL, they were the best, followed by Vancouver, Colorado, New York, and Edmonton. Now for our roster, Lucas Raymond is going to lead our team, 70 points. He was a -7. Wyatt Johnston had 28 goals and 61 points, followed by Jarvis, who had 60. Our young guy, Jordan Lyon, only 22 goals and 54 points in, I believe, his 3rd season in the NHL. He really has had 0 improvement. So this could definitely be a guy we move off of if he doesn't develop into an absolute sniper. I mean, he's got medium elite potential, 86 overall. Look at his shooting skills. They're absolutely off the charts, but for some reason, he does not put the puck in the back of the net. So speaking of the devil, Pekka Pasta had a very rough season, the worst of his career, 28, 28, and 5. Only 1 shutout, an .897 save percentage, and a .347 goals against average. Pekka Pasta was not cooking this season whatsoever. David Pastrnak is going to lead the NHL in scoring with 65 goals and 112 points. Followed by Kaprizov, who had 111. Shorzy was up there with 55 and 55. Reinhardt had 110. Marchand, 105. Matthews, only 104. Not a lot of assists for one of the best players on the golf course. If we take a look at goalies, Pekka Pasta is not going to be up there for wins. It was Schmidt, who had 48. And for shutouts, it will go to Yaroslav Askarov, who had 6 on the season. And the New Jersey Devils are going to go on and sweep the Dallas Stars to take home the Stanley Cup. Shout out New Jersey for getting the job done. Shorzy is going to take home the Ted Lindsay, the Hart Trophy as well, while the Art Ross and Maurice Richard will go to Pasta, the Norris to Cale Makar, the Conn Smythe to Jack Hughes. Schmidt is going to win the Vezina, and the Selke will go to Alexander Barkov. So we only have $15 million in cap space. We do need to re-sign a few guys like Jacob Vrana, who's an 86 overall, 30 years old. He is a UFA. No, Jordan Lyon, we can qualify him considering he's still an RFA and he didn't have a great season. Anybody else do we need to sign? Max Domi would definitely be somebody I want to bring back, and Philip Zadina, who is an RFA, so we should be comfortable signing him. And in goal, Pekka Pasta has one more year until he needs his big boy deal. He's actually down to a 91 overall now after that absolutely horrible season he had. So hopefully he can turn that around and get up to like a 94, 95 maybe. So here we are in free agency. Now we do have $7.1 million to spend, so I am going to be going after at least somebody. I'm looking for a bit of a younger player that isn't asking for an absolutely monster contract because I don't want to get locked up to him and then run into salary cap trouble in a few seasons. And thankfully, in free agency, we went out and we got a centerman, something we desperately needed, in Igor Sharangovich. 86 overall, I believe, for a $6 million deal for 4 years. He was extremely happy to accept my offer. So we're going to be going after Mason Marchment. He does have 1 year left on his deal, but that is okay. We could possibly re-sign him if we wanted to. We're going to give up Daniel Sprong, who for some reason is making $5 million and also a third round pick. Let's see. And the Ottawa Senators luckily have accepted my offer. All right, so I'm not sure if this deal will go through considering we're giving up bullshit picks, but regardless, Victor Arvidsson, 2 years left on his deal for a second, third, fourth, and a fifth. Let's see if LA will accept. Trade rejected, but the value on the table is too far off. Okay. Instead, I will give them a first, a fifth, and a fourth for Victor Arvidsson, and the trade has been accepted. All right, so here we are heading into season number 4. Pretty similar first line with Buchnevich, Wyatt Johnston, and Lucas Raymond. We also have Rutger McGroarty on the second line, and at 85, Sharangovich is our third line center. So our center depth is a lot better. Domi's our fourth line center. Jacob Vrana is up there at 86. We also have Mason Marchment. I might throw Jacob Vrana on the second line here with Jarvis and McGroarty. And then Marchment, Sharangovich, and Zadina. Now defensively, we have Mintyukov and Chernak, Romanov, and Miller. And then we have our young guns with Zellweger and Apley, who have a -3 on the third line defensive pair. And in goal, we still have Pekka Pasta, 91 overall. He dropped down after a very bad season last year. So hopefully he can recover and get back up to a 94. And let's see, can this be the season that finally the Wieners go on and make the Stanley Cup playoffs? And after getting stood up by the previous head coach that we offered a contract, luckily Maximus Amadio will accept my offer, and he is the brand new head coach of the Nebraska Wieners. So again, at the end of the 4th season in Nebraska Wieners history, we're going to have a bad record, dead last in our division, 34, 38, and 10, 78 points. I mean, we're not a great team. I'm kind of stuck in no man's land. We lost our young prospect, and it doesn't seem like we're improving at all. I literally had so much trouble trying to hire another head coach, because this game does not make any sense. The Devils, again, best in our division, and for the entire NHL, it was the Buffalo Sabres. If we take a look at our individual players, Lucas Raymond had a terrible season, 58 points, and was a -22. Literally everybody was minuses. Seth Jarvis at 55, Buchnevich 53, Wyatt Johnston only 52, Jacob Vrana 52, Sharangovich only 49. I mean, he did have 27 goals. And if we take a look at Pekka Pasta, not a great season, 25, 30, and 9, 2 shutouts, and a .907 save percentage. So yeah, we pretty much absolutely tanked the future of the Wieners here in this live stream. It didn't go too well. If we take a look at the entire NHL here, who's going to lead the NHL in scoring? Matvei Michkov, 72 goals and 114 points. But when I had him on the Utah Icemen, he got nowhere close. He barely put up 40 goals. But when he's not on my roster, he can literally score 72 fucking goals. Holy hell. Quinn Hughes at 111. Matthews is up there. Braden Point and Nikita Kucherov. And the Colorado Avalanche would go on and beat the Devils in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Austin Matthews is going to take on the Ted Lindsay and the Hart Trophy. The Art Ross and Maurice Richard will go to Mishkov. The Norris to Quinn Hughes. Casey Middlestat's going to win the Conn Smythe. Devin Levi, the Vezina. And the Selke Trophy will go to Barkov for the 3rd, or actually 4th straight season in a row as he is dominating the Selkie. Let's see who we're going to take in the NHL draft. Everybody is unknown. Oh my God, our scouts have not been putting in the work. Everybody literally is unknown, so we have no idea about any of these players. We're just going to take a wild guess. We are selecting 8th overall. This guy is starred. So Bernard Robidas from Canada, I will select you. Welcome to the team. You are a centerman. Top 6 medium potential at only 67 overall. Honestly, isn't great. I'm going to be going after Kevin Hayes for the sole reason of re-signing Pekka Pasta and getting more trade value. Buchnevich, his contract's up. He makes 8.1. He'll probably want to raise. We got to get back Pekka Pasta, so we need to move off Buchnevich. We do get Hayes back for at least 1 season. So, trade accepted. So, next guy we're moving off of is Alexander Romanov. I believe that his name... The next guy we're moving off of is Romanov for Scott Lawton. Obviously, 1 year left on his deal. We're also going to get a pick back. Let's see. Carolina. Rejected. Totally unwilling, so I'll remove the pick. Let's see. 1 for 1. And the trade has been accepted. So why did they say it was totally unwilling, or they were totally unwilling to take the offer when they literally did? So the first move is to get rid of the first round pick Winnipeg gave us for our defense prospect and Apley for Noah Hanifin, a first, and Kevin Hayes to make the salary work. And the Vegas Golden Knights have accepted my offer. So here we are heading into our 5th season with the Nebraska Wieners, trying to make the playoffs for the very first time in franchise history. Now, offensively, we do have McGroarty, Hagens, and Raymond on the first line. Second line, Verana, Y. Johnston, who's an 86 alongside Seth Jarvis. Our third line is pretty good as well. And fourth line is what it is, I guess. Now, defensively, we have Mintyukov and Hanifin now, Chernak and Miller, and then Zellweger and John Carlson. And, of course, in goal, a 93 overall, 21-year-old Pekka Pasta. Our backup isn't great, but Pasta most likely is going to play 73 to 75 games, and hopefully this can be the season that we finally go on and make the playoffs. Now, finally, the Nebraska Wieners have made the playoffs for the very first time in franchise history. We won the last 2 games to clutch it up. 43, 31, and 8, 94 points. The Devils were the best team in our division, and unfortunately, we have to play them in round number 1. They were also the President's Trophy winners, so nobody is counting on us beating this team and winning this, so we are the underdogs. No pressure whatsoever. We can play absolutely freely. Now, Lucas Raymond is going to lead our team in scoring 77 points. Rutger McGroarty had a big year, almost 30 goals and 64 points. White Johnston had 63, Hagen 63, Mintyukov 62. And if we take a look at Pekka Pasta, he was not very good. I mean, 37 wins, only 1 shutout, and a .909 save percentage, also allowing 3 goals against per game. For a 93 overall, I would expect him to simulate better, but we all know EA Sports and their absolute sacrilege sim engine that doesn't make any amount of sense. Elias Pettersson's going to lead the NHL in scoring with 120 points, followed by Braden Point. Nikita Kucherov was up there, as well as Quinn Hughes. And on the goal side, Shorzy is going to lead with 68 on the season. Man, if we could ever pick this guy up, would be an absolute dream. 4 years left on his deal, so never say never. Matvei Mishkov at 56, Pasternak 52, and Matthews 52 as well. And of course, here is our playoff tree. We are facing the New Jersey Devils in the first round. Not expected to win, so can we pull off the upset in round number 1? And here we go. First ever playoff game in Nebraska Wieners history. First period, 1-1 tie. Second period, we have a 3-1 lead. McGroarty and Vrana. Here we go. Can the Wieners and Pekka Pasta shut the door and steal the first game on the road over the Devils? Come on, Pekka Pasta. Show me what you got, brother. We got 10 minutes to go in this third period. Nebraska in 6. I don't know, man. We're up 3-1. Power play. Can we score? We do not get a goal. 2 minutes to go, 1 minute, and the Nebraska Wieners are going to steal game number 1 over the Devils, who won the President's Trophy. Game number 2 in New Jersey. Here we go. First period, 3-1 lead for the Devils. They really broke through. Second period, 5-2 lead. It doesn't look like we're going to steal both games on the road. 6-2, Pekka Pasta not having the best night in the office for him. Yeah, I'm just going to simulate that up, and an 8-2 victory for the Devils in game number 2. The first ever playoff game in Nebraska. Here we go. First period, 2-1 lead. Timo Meier gets one for the Devils. Second period, 4-3 lead for the Devils, so they had a strong second. We tied up Rutger McGroarty right off the rip here. All right, boys, we're in one now. This is a tight series, even though there we go. Jacob Vrana takes the lead. Oh, no, Simone Nemec ties it up right away, and Sammy Steele No, are they going to steal a game in Nebraska? Come on, boys, tie it up. I have faith. What is going on with these scores also? I have a 93 overall goalie. There we go. Keandre Miller ties the game up. And it looks like we are headed to overtime. You guys know what that means. We're hopping in, boys. All right, here we are in Nebraska. The whiteout is in full effect. We have overtime in game number 3. Series is tied 1-1, obviously. First ever game in Nebraska. And check out that whiteout, boys. Absolutely filthy. Mintyukov in the middle. Oh, Pavel Mintyukov. I'm going full forecheck, full attack, boys. We're going all offense. And hopefully rely on Pekka Pasta to save it. Pekka Pasta is going to cover that puck up. Am I playing? No, I'm not going to be playing. All right, this is a massive draw for Hagens here. Can he win it back to, I believe, Mintyukov? That is Mintyukov. Moving on up, buddy. Here we go. Overtime. 17 minutes to go. Hannafin leading the rush. Noah Hannafin stopping. Hannafin shooting. Doesn't get a shot on net. Nice steal by Raymond. Lucas Raymond back to the point. Over Mintyukov. A block shot in front. Hannafin blasted it, but New Jersey, credit to them, man. They're blocking shots, putting their body in front of it. They want to win this game more than anyone. Come on, Vrana. Power play. All right. We are headed to the power play. This is a massive power play. Can we capitalize? Arvidsson, Johnston. Wyatt Johnston looking for the overtime winner behind the net. Rutger McGroarty in front. Shrangovich shooting. Great save by the goaltender of New Jersey. I don't exactly know who they have. This is game 7. No, this is game 3 up against the Devils, who have the best record in the NHL. We were the final wildcard team to make the playoffs, but somehow we got a tight series here. Arvidsson over. What a save on Wyatt Johnston. How did he not bear that? Rutger over to Shrangovich. Back to Tippett. Owen Tippett, and an easy save by Schmidt. It is a celebration tonight. Nebraska finally has a hockey team, and the whiteout is in full effect. The whiteout is gorgeous, chat. Absolutely gorgeous. Owen Tippett. Come on. Why is Owen Tippett playing the point? Why is he playing the point? Oh, Shrangovich coming in. 2-on-1. 2-on-1, and how? Wyatt Johnston, how? Tippett in front, McGroarty, and we have full pressure, and we cannot score. All right, Hagens. Big draw here, brother, and you lose it, of course, right when we had full pressure. That is absolutely terrible. Yes, everybody report Pickle, please. Please. I do not want to see that jackass show up any longer. We still got a power play. Raymond coming in. Lucas Raymond, what are you doing, brother? Love your vids, Pasta. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You copy the Jets? Brother, I did not copy the Jets. Arizona did the whiteout before Winnipeg even was a team again. So get the hell out of here. 35 seconds to go in this power play. A very long power play. I guess I had time scaling 6 out of 6. I gotta fix that for sure. All right, still no goal. Uh-oh, here we go. Over. Zellweger back to the point. Vrana, blast one, and Schmidt is going to make the save. Here we go. Big draw. Shrangovich back to Vrana. Vrana, Jacob. Vrana, and again, Schmidt is going to make the save. We're all... Johnston, Wyatt Johnston, rebound, and there it is! Overtime winner. Who was that? Was that Shrangovich or Wyatt Johnston? I could not even tell. The Nebraska Wieners are going to take a 2-1 series lead over the New Jersey Devils. Can the Nebraska Wieners take a dominating 3-1 series lead? First period, 2-1 lead for the Devils. Rutger McGroarty gets our lone goal. Second period, 4-2 lead for New Jersey. Can they hold on? Or will Nebraska on home ice have a comeback here? Power play. We don't get anything out of it, and Simone Nemec pretty much ices the game. And all okay, Holtz puts another one. Zellweger, it's not done yet. I've seen crazier comebacks, in my opinion. 9 minutes to go. Can we get... I mean, 3 goals is a lot to ask. Come on, Nebraska, please. And the Devils are going to tie up the series at 2 apiece, headed back to New Jersey. A massive game number 5 in New Jersey. First period, 3-1 lead for Nebraska. Second period, and they tie it up. Wasted no time at all. There we go. Shrangovich gets one. We got a 4-3 lead. Can Pekka pass to hold on? A lot of time left in this third period, though. I have no idea if we're going to be able to hold a 1-goal lead, getting outshot 36-22. 10 to go, and New Jersey will tie up the game. Timo Meier, and they're going to take the lead. Ranta, no. Come on, Nebraska. What are we doing? Oh my God, we blew. There we go. Hannafin ties the game up, and we have overtime yet again. All right, so here we are in overtime, game number 5. The winner of this game will go up 3-2 and have the chance to eliminate the other team. We won the last overtime period. Can we do it again? Hannafin, Hagens, trying to go short side, doesn't get to go. Back to the point, Mintyukov on net. Vrana, easy block there. Vrana again, great save by Schmidt. The Devils on home ice do not want to fall down 3-2, headed back to that crazy atmosphere in Nebraska. Oh no, great save by Pasta. Another great save. Come on, brother. Come on. Win that draw back. There we go. Hannafin skated out. Noah Hannafin moves in on up to Mintikov. Mintikov gets laid out. Uh-oh. Jesper Bratt coming in. Bratt again. Great save by Pasta, and he's going to cover that up. He was back to Simone Nemec. Another easy save by Pasta, keeping us in this game. Hopefully, I'm hoping his X factors really keep us into these overtime games. That third F forward was high, man. If he had got it back to him. Hughes over to Holtz. Good D, good D. Hagens moving on up to Lucas Raymond, our leading scorer. Coming in over Vrana. Vrana, rebound is there! Rebound was there for Lucas Raymond and literally cannot get it to go for some... Oh, Vrana again. Jacob. Vrana. Vrana, and great save by Schmidt. We cannot score in overtime. What is going on? How'd you get Nebraska in the Eastern Conference? I put them there. I wanted to play some new teams. I didn't want to be in the West again because we did Utah, which was the Central Division, and most likely Nebraska would be that as well. Sharangovich finding the middle. Okay, he's waiting. Rebound. McGroarty, Ruchter, back to the point. Why is nobody shooting? Back to Miller. Blasted, and Keandre Miller, overtime winner, as the Wieners are going to take a 3-2 series lead over the President's Trophy winners. What is going on? The barn is absolutely rocking in Nebraska. First period, 2-2 tie. Second period, 3-3 tie. So we get a close game again. New Jersey is finding out how hard it is to play the Nebraska Wieners. They just shove their wiener so far up your ass that you cannot even concentrate during the game. Come on, Nebraska. Come on, we get a tie game, 5 minutes to go. The Wieners, the whiteout, the crowd going crazy. And it looks like we're going to have overtime yet again. Here we go in Nebraska. We have the whiteout in full effect, trying to eliminate the President's Trophy winners. We have a 3-2 series lead. Or are we going back? Oh, Hughes. Brought. Great save by... No goal. That's got to be no goal. And they're going to call it, and we have Game 7 back in New Jersey. What on earth literally just happened? That goal had to have been the worst overtime winner in NHL history. Jack Hughes came in, fed it back to Jesper Bratt, shot on net. Pekka Pasta makes the save. What happens here? Oh my God, Jacob Vrana literally ran into his own goaltender and caused Pekka Pasta to literally put it in his own net. What are we doing, EA Sports? Just say it's rigged. All right, here it is. Game 7 in New Jersey. First period, 1-1 tie. Second period, 2-1 lead for the Devils. Can we have a comeback in this third, boys? No, we had 3-2 series lead over the President's Trophy winners. Come on, power play. Ruchter McGroarty, step up, brother. 10 minutes to go. No, we had them on the ropes. How do we let it go? 5, 4, power play for New Jersey. No. Oh my God. And the Nebraska Wieners, too little, too late, are going to be eliminated in 7 games by the New Jersey Devils. And the Boston Bruins would end up going on and sweeping Winnipeg in the finals to win the Stanley Cup. The Rangers literally got swept, or the Devils, got swept in the second round after having a hard-fought series against the Wieners. Elias Pettersson is going to take home the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy. The Maurice Richard to Shoresy, the Norris to Quinn Hughes, the Conn Smythe will go to Pasta. Hill to be the Vezina Trophy, and the Selke will go to Alexander Barkov. Well, the Jack Adams Award went to our head coach, boys, for having a very successful season. Also, for the first round in the playoffs, Ruchter McGroarty was outstanding. 6 goals and 8 points. Sharangovich had 8, Vrana 6, Wyatt Johnston 6, and Keandre Miller 4. And for Pekka Pasta, he was horrible. 4.5 goals against per game. If he gives me literally decent goaltending, I'd say we win this series. But both goalies got absolutely lit up. And luckily, in free agency, we picked up Maxime Comtois. He was extremely happy to accept my offer. So we got another first-line winger. I'm going to be giving up to Karski, the guy who we literally just drafted. But, we're in win-now mode now. I cannot wait for a 71 overall defenseman to develop. Also a second-round pick, and Owen Tippett, for some reason, is making 6.2. For Gustav, I believe his first name is Gustav Forsling from the Florida Panthers. 3 years left on his deal, and Florida accepted my offer. Next up, I probably should have added Monahan to the deal, but he has 2 years left on his contract for some prospects, a third and a second round pick, also retaining salary. I do not know if Florida will want to do that, and they do not. We're going to be throwing in Oliver Borkstrand into the deal. Let's see if Florida should accept my offer, and they have. We have improved heading into year number 6. Now, as we head into year number 6, we are much improved. Our first line consists of Hagens, Rutger McGroarty, and Lucas Raymond, all 3 absolute studs. We also have Comtois, Johnston, and Vrana, Jarvis, Sharangovich, and Monahan, who will slot in nicely on the third line. And our fourth line isn't the greatest, but defensively, we do have Mintyukov, who's up to a 91 overall with Forsling at an 86. We also have Hanifin, Zellweger, Chernak, and Miller. And then in goal, Pekka Pasta, still a 93 overall, and Malcolm Subban as our backup. But he's most likely not going to play many games throughout the season. At the trade deadline, we are going after Jesperi Kotkaniemi. We are not doing so good, only 28, 29, and 5. So we're going to give up some prospects and some picks, and hopefully trade rejected. Quite far off in value, so we're probably going to have to sweeten that just a touch. 2032 first-round pick for Kotkaniemi. Throw that into the deal, and the trade has been accepted. Also, we could possibly re-sign him depending on what he wants in the offseason. All right, so at the end of the season, we are not going to perform very well. 36, 37, and 9. Only 81 points. Missing the playoffs yet again. A very bad season. The Devils, once again, are going to be the President's Trophy winning team. 55 wins. The Utah Icemen were in second place. Arizona relocated and instantly became good. Now, Wyatt Johnston is going to lead our team in scoring only with 67 points, so we need to go out and get a high offensive talent in the offseason. Somebody that can score goals. Rutger McGroarty had 64, Raymond 63, Hagens had 58, Kotkaniemi 54, Vrana only 51. And in goal, if we take a look at Pekka Pasta, 27, 27, 7. He did have 4 shutouts, allowing 3 goals a night and only a .905 save percentage, so he honestly could be a lot better than he was. Matthews is going to end up leading the entire NHL in goals with 69 and points with 113. Followed by your mom Zaho with 105. Kachuk had 103. Nylander was up there. Slavkovsky had a good season. On the goal side, Mishkov was good. And this Joel Wan, 54 goals, 22 years old, simulating like an absolute god. And Shoresy, man, the guy that we wanted to go after, but we could not get. And the New Jersey Devils are going to go on and win the Stanley Cup, beating Vancouver in 6 games in the finals. Matthews is going to take home the Ted Lindsay, Maurice Richard, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy. Luke Hughes is going to win the Norris. This McAllister guy is going to win the Calder. Jack Hughes, the Conn Smythe, Harabel, the Vezina, god damn it, Harabel. And the Selke Trophy will go to Matty Beniers of the Seattle Kraken. So instead, we're going to be giving up Lucas Raymond and a first-round pick for Matthew Patra, who sims even better than Raymond at an 88 overall. We're also going to pick up Vladimir Tarasenko. 2 years left on his deal to make the cap work. Trade rejected. They're totally unwilling. So we're going to have to throw in some nice pieces here to sweeten the deal. A second, a third, and another second. Let's see if that will go through. Trade accepted. And now we have moved on from Lucas Raymond. Hello, Matthew Patra. All right, so heading into, I believe, year number 7 at this point. I mean, 6 straight years of missing the playoffs. Actually, 5 straight years. We made it, missed it, and now we are back. We got Hagens, Patra, our new first-line center at an 89, alongside Jarvis with Vrana, Johnston, and Rutger McGroarty. That is a tough name to say on the second line. Our third line is pretty decent, too, with Comtois, Tarasenko, and Monahan, and our fourth line isn't the greatest. Now, defensively, Mintyukov's up to a 90, Chernak's an 84. We still have Miller and Hanifin, and, of course, Gustav Forsling. And in goal, we still have a 93 overall Pekka Pasta. Yet again, another horrible season. Dead last in our division, 29, 43, and 10. I have no idea what happened. I mean, we have a pretty good overall roster, but we simulate like straight ass, dude. Philly was the best in our division, and for the entire NHL, it was the Flyers, winning 55 games. Patra didn't do very well this season. 22 goals, 72 points. Johnston, 62. Jarvis, 60. Hagens, only 59. I mean, I'm paying you like $5 million, dude, or 7, almost 8 mil. Rutger McGroarty was awful. Vrana, awful. Mintyukov, terrible. Everybody was a minus. And Pekka Pasta, I mean, he tried 3 shutouts, a 908 save percentage. He was awful as well. Let's be real. Shoresy, there it is. Scoring almost goal per game rate, 80 goals and 127 points. An absolute gong show. Best player in the world. I always try to go after him, but I just cannot get it done. I don't know why. He's only a 93 and he simulates like that as well. And the Rangers are going to go on and beat Vancouver in Game 7 of the finals to create some riots in Vancouver and also win the Stanley Cup. Shoresy is going to dominate the awards. The Norris will go to Quinn Hughes, the Conn Smythe to Waugh, the Vezina to Igor, and the Selke will go to Tim Stützle. Sid the Kid Crosby, an absolute legend. We have $4 million to offer him. I'm offering him a bag on a 5-year contract. Actually, we'll do 4 years, and we'll see where we stand. So $2.1 million, NHL head coach, offer him that contract. Sidney Crosby has just accepted the head coaching offer of the Nebraska Wieners. Welcome in Sid Crosby, the winner of all winners. Hopefully he could bring us a Stanley Cup here in Nebraska. Now heading into season number 8, again, we were not very good last season, but hopefully hiring new coaching staff, Crosby as the head coach, maybe he will have some impact. So we got Patra, Hagens, and McGroarty. Second line's pretty decent. Third line's okay. And our fourth line isn't great. Now defensively, Mintyukov's a 90. Owen Power is a 91 who fits better on the second pair. So he will be alongside Forsling. And then we have York and Zellweger. And in goal, a 93 Pekka Pasta, who doesn't look like he's growing too much higher. I mean, I would have liked to get him up to like a 95, but our team has not been good enough for that to happen. Now, I finally caved in. Pekka Pasta, it's not your fault, brother. Not performing well. Our team isn't performing well. 8-13-2. Also, Rutger McGroarty, 0 goals in 23 games right now in the regular season. Unacceptable for Shorzy. And a new starting goalie. Will Calgary accept? And the deal has been accepted by the Flames. No more Pekka Pasta in Nebraska. Shorzy slots in. Next order of business, Logan Cooley and Grigorenko for Owen Power, 2 seconds and a 4th round pick. And the Utah Icemen have accepted our offer. So now we have a playmaker to play alongside Shorzy. Now all we need is a power forward. We are going to be going Seth Jarvis for Connor Geekie, 1-for-1. Let's see, Vegas accepted our offer. So after all the wheeling and dealing I did, this is what our roster looks like. Our forward core is much better. We have +1s and a +5 on the second line. Defensively now, we are a little bit worse in all honesty. We're going to have to rock with the -1s unless we can... I mean, we can do this and put Zellweger on the first line with Mintyukov, Forsling, and in goal, no longer Pekka Pasta, Joel Hofer, 86 overall, and Sergeyev, 84 overall as our backup. Finally, the new captain of the Nebraska Wieners, Matthew Patra, you were not getting it done. Shorzy, lead us to the promised land. And despite a valiant effort, we are going to miss the playoffs by literally 1 point as we only had 92 and Washington got in with 93. We had 42 wins, 32 losses, 8 in overtime. I mean, the way we started the season really killed us. I depleted our roster early on in the year, and we became a much better team. We were like way over 500 after I made all those trades. But unfortunately, it was really not enough. Philly, again, the President's Trophy winners, 50 wins. Finally, I have a top-end talent that can score goals. Shorzy, 65 goals, 103 points, 228 penalty minutes as well. This dude's an absolute monster. Logan Cooley had 88, Hagen 71, Matthew Patra had a pretty good year, almost 30 goals. Grigorenko was good too. Connor Geekie 52, Sprong 51. And in goal, Joel Hofer literally rocked a 930 save percentage. Are you kidding me? 4 shutouts at an 86 overall. Tell me how on earth does he perform absolutely way better than Pekka Pasta ever did for this team? Yet he's only an 86 overall and Pasta was a 93. That makes no sense. So Joel Waugh is going to end up leading the entire NHL in scoring with 107 points. And for goals, it will go to none other than Shorzy from the Nebraska Wieners, 65 on the season. Vegas is going to go on and win the Stanley Cup, beating New York in 7 games in the finals. Waugh is going to take home the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy. Shorzy, the Maurice Richard, the Norris, the Quinn Hughes, the Conn Smythe, the Eichel, Connor Hellebuyck, the Vezina, and the Selke will go to Alexander Barkov. All right, so heading into season number 9, and not a lot of playoff success to be had here in Nebraska. Only 1 playoff series we ever played in our franchise's history. That was up against the Devils, who did win the President's Trophy that season. We took them to 7 games, but outside of that, we have literally missed the playoffs every single year. But the final 2 years of this video are going to be different. Our first line, Shorzy, Cooley, and Grigorenko, 90, 91, and a 93. Our second line is pretty good with Geekie, Patra, and Hagens. Our third line, I upgraded a little bit in the offseason. Obviously, Y. Johnston is a great third-line center. And our fourth line isn't the greatest, but it's honestly not that terrible. Now, defensively, we don't have that top-end talent, but we're pretty deep. Mintyukov's going to carry our D-core at a 90 overall. We also have Thompson, Whipple, Zellweger, Haig, and Liljegren. And in goal, instead of Pekka Pasta, Joel Hofer, who's an 88 overall. And last season, what did he do? He rocked A 930 save percentage with St. Louis, only a 912 with us. So maybe that's where I was a little bit confused. He only played 18 games with St. Louis. Maybe he was the backup, who knows? But still, he gave me better goaltending than Pekka Pasta really ever did in the 8 or 9 years that he was here. At only an 86 overall, he's up to an 88 after a very good season. So, boys, we have 2 more years to go. Hopefully, I can bring a Stanley Cup to my hometown team of Nebraska. If not, obviously, I have failed as a GM. So here we go. Can we finally get back to the playoffs and finally have some playoff success? And finally, Nebraska has a very good regular season. Their best in franchise history. 53-21-8, 114 points. I figured out how to work the coaching staff and who should I hire as an assistant and associate head coach. We also have Crosby as our head coach. Now, for the entire NHL, the Vegas Golden Knights were the best team, winning 59 games, followed by Vancouver and Nebraska. Man, we had a lot of 50-win teams this season. Utah, Toronto, Nebraska, Vancouver, and Vegas. Shorzy is going to dominate as per usual. 68 goals, 112 points, followed by Logan Cooley, who had 86. Hagens had 84 and 32 goals. So I'm glad we traded away our old first line for our new first line. Patra had a good season at 72. Mintyukov 70. Grigorenko had 69. Geeky 64. And if we take a look at Hofer, 43, 14, and 5. 2 shutouts and really better stats than Pekka Pasta ever gave me. Shorzy is going to go ahead and lead the entire NHL in goals with 68 and points with 112. This was the top-end superstar that we needed for a very long time, and we finally got him now. Matthews had 107, Nylander 105, Mishkov 104, and on the goal side, I'm pretty sure Matthews came in second place. He did with 57, Wah had 51, and Bedsy as well. And in the first round of the playoffs, we are up against Matvei Mishkov and the Philadelphia Flyers, so we do have to watch out for him, but it should be overall a very fun series. And we now have a Game 7 on our hands with the Philadelphia Flyers. Just like up against New Jersey, we went to 7. Obviously, we lost, but this time we have home ice advantage. And the Nebraska Wieners are going to clutch up a Game 7 victory over Philly 2-1 as we are advancing to the second round of the playoffs. For the very first time in franchise history, we have won a playoff series, and we are going to be going up against the New York Rangers, and we have eliminated them in 6 games in the second round. We're off to the conference finals. A full 180 the Nebraska Wieners have done. We're up against the Beantown Bruins, and for the very first time in franchise history, the Nebraska Wieners are off to the Stanley Cup Finals as we defeat Boston. And I believe 5 games, it was a complete domination. It was not even close. We were by far the better team in the series, and now we're off to play for the Stanley Cup. I cannot believe we got here. Wow, if only I knew that coaching strategy way back when I started this GM mode, we probably would have been a lot more successful. Your associate head coach is for your power play, and your assistant head coach is for your penalty kill only. They don't affect 5-on-5. And Captain Shorzy will not touch the trophy, as we are going to be playing for something much bigger than that. And in the Stanley Cup Finals, we are up against the Vancouver Canucks. Man, we were so close to playing the Utah Icemen. That would have been an absolutely historic series. But instead, we got the Vancouver Canucks, who still do have Elias Pettersson on their team. Niels Hoglander is there. I mean, their forward core honestly isn't the greatest. I think we have them beat defensively. They definitely do have us beat. They have a 96 overall Quinn Hughes. The rest of their decor isn't great. And in goal, they only have an 85 overall Thatcher Demko. So, I mean, it's a pretty evenly matched series here in the Stanley Cup Finals. All right, so here we are in the third period. Stanley Cup in the building, up 3-2 over Vancouver. We have a 1-goal lead. Are we going to be able to hold on and win our very first Stanley Cup in our franchise's history? 27 seconds to go. Empty net for Vancouver. Uh-oh. Coming in. Rebound. Oh, my God. Please get it out, boys. Get it out, please. For the love of God. Why does everybody look like they're stuck in the mud right now? Patra, put it in. Put it home, baby. The empty net is there. Can the Nebraska Wieners? 10 seconds to go. Vancouver, one final rush coming in. No. Around. Oh, my God. He slowly... Quinn Hughes, rebound. Oh, my God. Get it out. 0.5 seconds to go. And there it is. The Stanley Cup waiting to be presented to the Nebraska Wieners for the first time in franchise history. After all the failures, after failures, after failures. Can we finally be the team that gets it done? And the Wieners are your Stanley Cup champions in 2032. After missing the playoffs basically every single season of our franchise's history outside of one, we finally get back into the playoffs, have our best regular season ever, and we go all the way, winning the Stanley Cup. I literally cannot believe it. You don't know how much I struggle with this GM mode, as of course Captain Shorzy is going to go on and win the Stanley Cup. 24 goals and 35 points, an absolute monster. Shorzy was literally the player that we've been missing the entire GM mode, a top-end talent that can score and put up a boatload of points. We really never had that offensively, and of course, Pekka Pasta, I mean, he was never that good in the net, and here it is. Full whiteout in effect in Nebraska as Shorzy comes and collects the Stanley Cup for the very first time in franchise history, as the Nebraska Wieners have gone all the way. I had to give it to Logan Cooley next. This dude was an amazing pickup from the Utah Icemen, the centerman playmaker that we needed alongside Shorzy to make sure he scored a bunch of goals, and he racked up the assists. I mean, our first line was bad before we got Shorzy and Cooley. Next up, honestly, Joel Hofer. This dude came in, a lot of expectations on him with Pekka Pasta being the previous goaltender who didn't perform very well in Nebraska, but he showed up and he showed out, pretty much being better than Pasta ever was on our team. And I mean, finally, I guess I'll go to Sergei Grigorenko. And finally, we're going to go to Grigorenko, another player we picked up. We signed him in the offseason to a massive deal, over $10 million. And well, was that ever worth it? This dude has been amazing on that first line. He really completed it, as the Wieners will go on and win the Stanley Cup. Finally, I have brought my hometown team a Stanley Cup, but we're not done yet, boys. We have one more season to go to see if the Wieners can go back-to-back. Now, in the playoffs, obviously, Shorzy was our best player. It was not even close. Goal per game, 24 and 24. Also, 11 apples for 35 points. Logan Cooley had 29. Geeky had 20. Hagens, 19. Grigorenko had 19. Wyatt Johnston was pretty good himself, and for Hofer, what did he do? A .924 save percentage. We literally never got that with a 93 overall Pasta. Shorzy's going to take home pretty much all the major individual awards. Adam Fox is going to win the Norris, the Conn Smythe, also to Shorzy. Jeremy Swayman will win the Vezina, and the Selke will go to Logan Cooley of the Nebraska Wieners. All right, so we have a pretty big offseason ahead of us here. I'm basically going to try to get everybody else re-signed and just bring back the same exact group for the final season. As I mean, we don't really need to make any changes. And here is our roster for the 5th and final season of the video. We are rocking with Shorzy, Cooley, and Hagens, Geeky, Grigorenko, and Patra. Our third line has Davidson, Sam Bennett, and Kovalenko. And our fourth line is what it is. Defensively, Mintyukov leading our D-core, 92 overall now. And of course, in goal, we have Joel Hofer at an 86. And our backup isn't what it was. We had to lose our backup. We didn't have any cap space available. But I mean, Hofer's probably going to play the entire season. I'd say like 72 to 75 games, hopefully. Now, yet again, at the end of the season, we are going to be great. 52, 23, and 7, 111 points. First in our division and in the entire NHL. So we are the defending Stanley Cup champions. Also, the President's Trophy winning team. So we have a lot to defend here. Shorzy's going to take a slight step back, at least points-wise, but he still scored 56 goals on the season. Hagens had 88, Cooley 79, and 27 goals. Grigorenko was very good. Geeky had a good season. Matthew Patra was a -4, but had 56 points. And in goal, Hofer went 41, 16, and 5. 2 shutouts and rocked a .922 save percentage. Oh, EA Sports, you guys need to fix your goaltending. You need to make it matter much more. I mean, I shouldn't have an 86 overall goalie outperforming a 93 overall goalie. Connor Bedard is going to lead everybody in scoring with 113 points. And for goals, it will go to Austin Matthews, who had 66 on the season. And in the first round of the playoffs, we are up against the New Jersey Devils, who way back like 4 or 5 years ago when they were the President's Trophy winners, we took them to Game 7, had them on the brink of elimination. Can we get revenge? And history is repeating itself yet again. Game 7, third period, we're up by 1 this time. Obviously, in the last Game 7, we didn't do too good, but 7 minutes to go. There we go. Shorzy gets the insurance marker, and Nebraska is up by 3. Shorzy gets another one. And we are headed to the second round of the playoffs. And we are going to be playing the Philadelphia Flyers, who we did beat last season in the playoffs in round number 2. We won game 1, 5-3. Our season now is on the line. There we go. Geeky ties up the game here. We're down by 3-1 with Forchester gets one. There goes Shorzy. Tie up the game again. Series is 3-1. Sam Bennett, can we force a game 6? Back in Philadelphia, 5 minutes to go in this third period. Sam Bennett gave us the lead. Can we do it? Can we clutch this up? And the Nebraska Wieners are going to be forcing a game 6 with Philly. And despite being down by 3 after the first period, we're only down by 1 here in the third. Mishkov did take the lead. Obviously, our season is on the line yet again. Power play. Can we score, please? I have the best... Okay, I have the best power play in the entire NHL. There we go. Whipple ties up the game at 5 apiece, and we might have overtime on our hands here, in all honesty. No! Vlasic scores! Oh my god, with 46 seconds left. And the Nebraska Wieners season is over in the second round. And the Vegas Golden Knights would end up beating Philly in the Stanley Cup Finals in 5 games. No back-to-back for the Wieners, but I mean, we got the job done. I got a Stanley Cup in my hometown. And that is gonna do it for this video, boys. I have completed the challenge of winning my hometown team in Nebraska a Stanley Cup in NHL 24. It took us a long time. I mean, it took us 9 years to win a cup, but we got the job done. GM Pasta has been relieved of his duties here in Nebraska. Where should he go next? Let me know in the comments below. I would like to say thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.